Wait, wait, make the noise.
The people out there didn't even flinch.
They're like, try not to look, try not to look.
They're like, they're recording. Oh my gosh, I love Miami. I love meeting people like you guys. I love that everyone's so happy here, and it is the parallels of life. So
This is our life.
this is our life. I say that all. I was watching the videos on the boat, and I was like, "This is my life. Like, run it back. Like, but like, wait, it can happen again. Anyway, like that was. I mean, yeah, that was on. What is today? Today is Thursday. This is us on a Thursday.
Today's Thursday.
Last night, I went out to a beautiful restaurant, watched live music with a phenomenal person, and had the best pasta I think I've ever had in my life thus far on a Wednesday. Like, this is my life.
This is our life.
That is phenomenal.
Our life is nachos on a Tuesday and Pilates on a Wednesday.
Yeah, right? Oh my gosh. Well, welcome to ICU.
Thank you.
And I have the beautiful Maggie with me. What makes you feel seen?
Oh, I thought you were welcoming me.
Oh, I am welcome.
I was like, thank
Welcome.
you. I am here.
No, you are here, and you're appreciated, and you're loved, and you are valued because, oh my gosh, you introducing me to breathwork, or me having my first breathwork experience in person, has been like literally life-changing. Like, I'm not even gonna yeah, no, for sure. The first time I experienced breathwork was on a yacht at the beginning of March. So it was my first time doing breathwork, and it was my first time on a yacht. Yeah. And she was a facilitator, and that was like our first time coming across each other. I think I had saw you at like another breathwork session before, where we talked briefly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like what brought you to this?
That's a great question.
Other than God, but like how did God bring it to you that you were like actually obedient to say yes?
Oh,
that's a better question.
Yeah, that's a great question. Obedient to say yes. I love the way you said that. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so I did my first breathwork session, like, I'm all like lounged out.
No, live your life. Live your life. We see you. Good. Be comfortable. I know that's right. This is how it's supposed to feel.
Yeah. So I had my first breathwork experience while I was on vacation. I was in Ibiza, and this happened to be a really hard period of my life. And I didn't really know what to expect. I'm like, oh, we're gonna do a little meditation. It's gonna be a little sound healing, like whatever. I'm like, this isn't gonna do anything. Like, this isn't gonna change anything. Well, I was bawling my eyes out that whole 2 hours.
Yes, well. I was in fetal position, actually.
Yeah, and I just like, I realized all of these things that I couldn't make sense of in my normal like conscious state. So like I was having a hard time, and I was stuck in my head, and none of the answers were clear. Nothing was clear. It was just like constant chatter and like anxiety and like fuck. How am I gonna get, am I allowed to cuss, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because gets it off and then it's like, wait. Yeah, no, for sure, go ahead.
You're just like, when you're in that state of frustration, you're like, how the hell do I get out of this?
Yeah.
And like, that's the only thing. You don't have clarity on your intuition. You don't have clarity on truth. It's just like yelling at you to like get out of this, and like shit. And so in that breathwork session, things were just clear. Like, I didn't have the worry, I didn't have the stress. I was releasing emotion that I had been suppressing and repressing and just holding inside me. And then I released, and I had this huge, the teacher came up after me and he was like, you didn't stop crying. Like, I know.
Yeah, when I did it, they were like, you did such a great job. I was like, really? Yeah. Is that what great job is? Because that so crazy. Yeah. Like, literally, I can't describe it as anything other than experience like everything on the human spectrum. Yes. Like from physical, like cold to hot to shaking to shivering to crying to laughing
at the same time.
Like at the same time. I was like my face was going crazy. I was like, oh my God. So your first experience was similar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For 2 hours it was?
Yes, it was 2 hours.
That's a long breath work.
It was a long breath work.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was my first experience, and it was very similar, but just like the like I had been
This is in
meeting.
Ibiza?
Yeah, this was in Ibiza.
Phenomenal.
Well, it should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would have been.
Yeah.
It was a really tough time for me. I was like
Yeah.
really struggling because of my own doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kept myself in struggling because I was out of alignment, and I wasn't listening to my intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just kept myself miserable, and I was really struggling. And I went to this breath work, and afterwards I was like, oh my God, like everything makes sense. Like life makes sense. And afterwards I just felt so much better, like 100 times better, like relief. Like that whole time I was on that trip, I was miserable the whole fucking time. The whole time. And then afterwards I was like, oh my God, I can see straight again. Like, what the how did that happen?
Yeah. All with this instrument inside of me.
Yeah.
Right.
Something we use every single day.
So for people that don't know, can you explain what breathwork is?
Absolutely.
Like in layman's terms?
Absolutely, yeah. The easiest way to describe breathwork is that you can use it for many different things. You can use it if you need to go to sleep and it's hard for you to get to sleep. At the basis, it's nervous system regulation. So all nervous system regulation means if we are experiencing emotions, if we're having a hard time, if we're all over the place, if we're stuck in our head, if there's a lot of chatter going on, if we feel like we don't have control of our life, if we feel overwhelmed and we feel all of these emotions and we feel like stuck in this, a lot of times our nervous system can be dysregulated. And so we have this dysregulation in our nervous system, and it affects our lives in so many different ways. One way is not feeling like you have control over the direction your life is heading. Another way is not feeling like you can control your stress, feeling chronically exhausted all the time. Breathwork regulates your nervous system. And that's one of the huge, that's probably the biggest one. What we're talking about is a deeper, more intense style of breathwork. So this style of breathwork is going
intense.
Yes, it is.
It's the tinglies.
Yeah. It's intense. Yeah. So a lot of people have these big experiences during breathwork where they are releasing emotions, they're releasing trauma, they're experiencing repressed memories, they're having life realizations, they're having insights that come to them, they're having the clarity of like, oh, I haven't realized this for so long, or oh, I've been hiding this truth inside me and not looking at it for so long. And so breathwork brings this stuff up to the surface and gives you a deeper understanding of yourself, and sometimes it feels like you're high.
Yes, it definitely, the psychedelic effects, to be able to do that without any third-party substance is literally the epitome of high on life type of thing.
Yes.
Because since that boat day, I've been do it again. How do I do it again? And it's very, we just did a breathwork session. So if you are interested in having your own experience virtually, it'll be available. But if you can get in front of someone, if you can get to Miami and experience Maggie, oh my gosh, please, because the in-person experience is just chef's kiss.
It's insane. And even if you can't get to me, anytime you have an opportunity to experience it,
yeah.
Even if you think, oh, I won't experience anything, this is child's play, no.
Yep. Try it out to prove yourself right or wrong. My friend, my sister and brother in Christ.
Yeah.
I would like you to experience it for yourself. If you want to test something, you need to test it for yourself before you say it doesn't work. Genuinely.
And then come back to us.
And then
tell
come
us how
back,
it
because
went.
every time I've done that in my own life, it changes the trajectory of my life, literally. I did that with the military. I was like, let me see what y'all talk about. I did that with transitioning into fitness. I initially started in MLM though, but.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
What was it?
Herbalife.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but that brought me, that literally shaped me into everything else I'm doing now. Yeah. So it's just you just gotta try it for yourself type of thing. You have to. And if you feel called to it, don't be nervous that it's unfamiliar. Because, you know, me and you have gone back and forth about my background. And to take y'all back, I grew up in a Pentecostal home. So my godparents are ministers, and I grew up like church on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like, you know, so me dabbling in these practices, or, you know, I have friends that are astrologers, I have friends, and they're all different practices, right? But just opening myself up to modems that help me get deeper with myself has been so transformational for me. And not expecting it to just look one way or be through one form. Do I still pray? Of course. Do I still read my Bible? Of course. But I have other practices now that I can use no matter what. At any point in time of my life, my breath is always with me. So that is really what it's shown me. That's the crazy part. Yeah. And it's not like, I honestly feel like that's why I have loved smoking so much.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I really, like, if anyone out there is like me, I just stopped smoking in December on Christmas. I have cut back so much. Like, I will say, I can count how many times I've smoked this year, but I really feel like it's and just using the substance in between. It's also just like wanting to relieve myself, like just, you know, and like the ritual of like rolling up, the ritual of like sitting there playing some music, like that is all like a calming ritual. And I had to realize that, like, okay, I can change this into a different ritual for myself. And that's what I've been doing. I'm not saying that I haven't, I'm not saying that I'm never going to again, but at this time, I do feel like I need to submit that part of my flesh to control that and surrender to a different way of being able to engage with that feeling. And
that's a big deal.
No, for sure.
You quit in December, January, February, March.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I smoked on like Valentine's Day because I was annoyed, but but like obviously I got the nowadays because they sent me the nowadays, but that's not even a smidgen of what's going on when I smoke a joint.
It's different than doing it every single
100%.
day, like needing it.
And it's definitely not an everyday thing at all anymore. So I'm super appreciative to have been exposed to like this type of practice. And before we get into like you fully in where you are, can we backtrack to where you're from and let's get to know Maggie. Yeah. Let's get to know Maggie.
Yeah, I love that. I love talking about it because I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm from a small town in Kansas.
Okay.
Like from
I knew you were some like miscellaneous state.
Yes. Like miscellaneous cow town, like nothing is going on. Okay. Like middle of nowhere, 5,000 people. And immediately I left. At 17, I was like, get me the heck out of here. I can't do it. I'm not doing it. Not in this fucking cow town.
Yeah, no, that takes strength though. People don't even move out their home city.
Yeah.
Not once.
Yeah.
So you left and went where?
Yeah, I had to. So I went to LA to be a dancer.
Wow. Yeah. Straight to big city.
Yeah.
So much courage.
Yeah.
How old were you?
17.
What? Yeah. How much you had in your pocket when you went to LA?
Oh my God. Probably nothing.
Yeah.
Probably nothing.
Went to go figure it out for real.
Probably nothing, yeah.
Okay.
I had to though. It was like that. First of all, the town that I grew up in, I experienced some pretty intense bullying.
Really?
Yeah.
Shame on them. Because look who's in front of me now. I know you're jealous. It's all right. It happens to the best of us. Go on.
I can't believe I never told you this.
No.
Yeah.
I would never expect that from you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big part of my childhood.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really intense. From when I was 14, like from the day I stepped into high school, to like 16 or 17, yeah, probably like 16.
Wow.
Really intense.
And it was just off of physical, or was it off of like mechanisms?
It was a lot of different components, and I also am not fully remembering every detail about it, but I know that it was definitely, while that was not okay to have happened to me, I do know that I played some role in it.
Interesting.
Some role meaning I probably was playing into the theatrics.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Fuck you too.
Yeah.
You know, like,
At least you're aware of it. Okay. But that's still a long time to endure that, especially in high school when we're like being shaped by who we're around and we're really learning about like societal norms and, you know, like that. I transitioned, I went to private school my whole life. In high school, my freshman year was my first time in public school. And I remember seeing someone in my like freshman class and she was pregnant and I was like, you have sex? Like I didn't even have my first kiss yet. Like I had no idea. So it's that shapes a lot of your brain.
It does.
And that's a really good imprint. Although it may not like be all the way clear, it definitely is a really good imprint. High school is, I'm definitely like shaking some stuff off still.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, we all are. Yeah, we carry these emotions that we leave in our body that are too overwhelming for us to feel in the moment.
Exactly.
And they stay there until
Exactly.
we have the courage to do something like this.
So what gave you the courage to move to LA and then start dancing? Because that is like a, like, I just went from bully to like, I'm about to go dance. Like, that is, okay.
I'm gonna go shake it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna shake it off. Yeah, where did that seeded, like, courage come from?
That's a good question. One part of it was definitely fear instead of courage.
Okay.
It was like, I feel rejected from this town and so I gotta go.
Okay.
Like, I gotta go like find my people.
Yeah.
I gotta run away. Which was not a good strategy to develop early on in life because I still run that tactic strategy now.
Same.
And it,
Be like, catch a flight, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, just avoid it.
Luxury.
It doesn't exist.
Move to another city, it's fine. No, really.
It's not there anymore.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful, of course, because then we get to look back on those patterns, trace it kind of back to where it originated, and then try our best to heal it.
I've started over lots of times.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's really early though. Okay, so you went to LA alone?
I did.
Didn't know anyone in LA? Not one speck of a friend, or?
I didn't know anyone, but I went with, there's this company, it's like a dance company, it's called Millennium. It's like the red wall that you see in people's dance videos in LA.
Oh yeah, I've seen that
So
before.
I went to go do the certification program with them, which was cute. And so they had
Wait, I'm sorry? You certified in what?
So it's like a certification program. I don't think it really means anything, but I think you're like certified so you can say you're certified.
Wow.
Like, I'm certified.
Wow, okay.
And so they have these little dorms, and I think there was probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe like 7 to 9 of us in the dorms.
Wow.
Moved out there, lived in the dorms, danced my ass off.
Okay, so tell because we gotta reel it back.
That's real bag.
We gotta reel it back. We went from a small town in Kansas to LA dancing.
Yes.
What was the exposure to dancing? Because that is like, you could have picked up anything. Acting.
Oh, okay.
You could have picked up, like, how did we get to?
I missed a key part.
You missed a key part.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're gonna be lost. So we gotta figure out the bridge of
Thanks
like,
for pulling me back.
yeah, like how did we get to like
This is
performance, stiletto heels, tiny, you know, like, that's quite the transition.
okay. So this is the feminine, just like
Yes. Yes, girl.
And then this is a masculine. Like, here you go. So I had been a dancer forever. I had been a dancer forever and ever. My parents put me in dance when I was like 3, 4. I went into like gymnastics and tumbling when I was a little bit later, and then came back into dance. So I was a dancer my whole life, and that was where I built my confidence. Like, I would go have a hard time at school, and I would go dance. And I loved it. I was so good at it. I have never been better at anything in my entire life. But it was my outlet. It was my escape. So I had that, and so that was my thing. Like, didn't care about school, didn't care about going to school. The friend thing was tough, the like social thing was tough, so I would escape to dance, and I found myself in dance. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave this town, I'm gonna get the heck out of here, and I'm gonna pursue that dream. I'm gonna pursue dance.
Okay. So where'd we get to taking our clothes off though?
Oh, I haven't shared that part yet.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
I haven't shared that part yet.
Wait. You're telling me you've been doing this your whole life?
Oh no!
Okay. Because I was like, Am I missing something?
Wait, the audience just got a huge
I'm sorry.
hint.
You know what it was? It was the long pause where I was like, is that it? Is that just what we're gonna say? I wasn't sure. Oh, no. We're still learning, guys. This is us learning. Okay, sorry. Continue.
No, it's okay.
Dancing her whole life. Okay. Outlets. Which actually, for real, that's something that she's genuinely taught me, that like, we always start a breathwork session off with dancing first.
Oh yeah.
And yes, literally, like you are a dancer, fully a dancer. Like she has a playlist, like, and I know with me living in Medellin, me living in Mexico, dancing has always been like, I could be so frustrated. I don't even know how to salsa, but I would figure it out because it's just like, it's so, and like I've had a lot of dancer friends. Like I've always had like a best female friend throughout my life, and through a couple seasons of my life, they've been dancers, like choreographers or whatever the case may be. I'm like, girl, I don't know how to remember all those steps, but I respect that you know how to.
Yeah.
So it is such a release, a way to get emotions out your body as well. Like, and that is, baby's first moves are dancing, really. The little bops they do, or like a baby's first motion is dancing.
The audience is like, forget about the dance moves. Tell me about taking the clothes off. Come on. What are you waiting for?
Gotta reel it back, then put it out, reel it back. All right, continue.
The audience is like, wait.
You got it. You know, you gotta keep you on your toes. You know.
Add a little suspense here.
You know. Okay, sorry. So we're in LA, we're 17.
Yeah.
We are trying to figure out how to make it.
Trying to figure out how the hell to make it.
To survive in this big city. For real.
In this city.
Yeah.
I can't even afford to go to Ralph's right now. So what I did was I got a job at Denny's. Yeah.
Go on. Let them know.
It always starts there.
Because most of us start in food service, whether you're flipping burgers, serving.
Yeah.
That is very like.
Totally. So I started there. And I went from the like host to the person who's serving to the person who's serving at Graveyard. So I was like, where can I make the most money at? Graveyard. I'm like living in this big city. I need to figure it out. And so I'm a host. I turn 18. I work graveyard shift. It's like 3:00 in the morning and I'm still working at these Denny's. And I'm like, I'm doing good, but I'm still not making it. At this point in time, I was probably in LA for, I don't know, probably a little over a year at this point, maybe like a year and a half. And I was like, I still can barely survive. Like,
yeah, no, it's big city dreams, big city problems.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And so I'm working.
Please don't mind me. I'm trying to.
I know the pillow's coming.
Yeah, I keep slipping, but we're good. Don't mind me, y'all.
These girls come in. It's graveyard shift. It's like 3:00 in the morning. I'm like excited about $60, and
I know that's right.
Yeah, I was stoked.
Money is money.
I was stoked. And these girls come in and they tip me $40 on one table. Like $40. Like $40.
How did you do that? No, seriously.
Like, holy shit. And I'm like, seriously, how did you guys, like, you guys are my age. How did you do that? And they're like,
you're asking the girls this?
Yes, I'm asking the girls this.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not going to tell you. I'm like, what? Come on.
Like,
come on.
Gatekeeping is crazy.
Yeah, like you can't not tell me.
Right.
They didn't tell me.
Oh.
They didn't, wouldn't tell me.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, I got to figure this out. What the fuck are they doing? They come back the next night. And they tipped me another $40.
Same girls?
Same girls.
Okay.
3:00 in the morning.
Not you trying to taunt me, girl. Just asked you a question. You came back. You know I'm asking you again.
Yeah. Are you going to tell me now?
Right.
How about now?
Right.
Come on.
Right.
And they're like, okay, we'll tell you, but don't do it. Like, please don't do it.
Girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm telling you this because I care about you. Don't do it. They're like, we're dancers. We're strippers. I'm like, I want to be a stripper. I want to do that.
I want to tip me $40, man. Yeah. So your brain automatically turned on, like, yes, this is the way.
Yeah, there was nothing inside me that was like, no, don't do that. I was like, oh, like my idea, I'm a 17, 18-year-old. I'm like, I've been a dancer my whole life.
Yeah.
I'll probably show some titties. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just forget, like, we all have bodies.
Yeah. It's not anything that people haven't seen.
We all have bodies. But I thought that it was just dancing, like, on the pole, on stage. And I'm like, that's fine. Why not? I've been a dancer, like, and I get to make this much money. And I asked them how much I made. They were like, I made $1,300 tonight. I'm like,
what do you mean? What do you mean?
What?
No,
like,
actually.
I don't know if I can make that in 3 months.
No, people actually make that per paycheck. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
So your brain is just like, pfft.
Yeah. Yeah, my brain's just like, do it. Yeah.
You ever like reconvene with those girls, or you ever like bumped into them in any capacity?
No, I wish I did.
Yeah. To be like, you told me not to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like I said I wasn't gonna do it, but like
I was just thinking about
I was just thinking about it. That's like I was just thinking about it.
I was thinking do it.
Okay. So when did you, because it takes a lot of time for certain people to go from like a thought to like doing. What was your span of time in between like getting that thought and then actually applying it?
I went right home and checked Wikipedia.
Okay.
I said, what is this really like? And I like YouTubed it, and there were like funny YouTube ones, but never like real, like this is what it is.
Yeah.
And on Wikipedia, it was like, you're going to be doing dance, you're going to be doing like private dances, you're going to be on the pole. And I'm like trying to convince myself into it. I'm like, this sounded a little weird. Think I can still do it? And then it took me maybe 2 days to really sit with myself and ask myself the question, like, is it worth it? Do we do it? Do we want to make? I mean, look at that. Like, if you think about it, you're 18 years old. You think about making $1,300 a night. You multiply that times 20. Like,
math is mathing. The math is mathing. For sure.
Mathing.
For sure.
Yeah, this is girl math. Yeah, of course. I'm like 18. I'm like, and at the time I was also like very adamant that I was gonna make it to my goals no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't know that I had necessarily defined my goals, but I knew that I was gonna do something big. I was gonna help a lot of people, and I was gonna live a big life. And I knew that this could take me there. I never had the idea that like, oh, I want to go make a bunch of money because I want to buy a bag. I want to buy a Birkin. Like, no.
I know that's right. Substance. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a stepping stone to you.
Yes.
To get yourself out of the situation that you were in.
Yes.
Did you make up in your mind like I'm only gonna do this for a certain amount of time? Or
No.
you know?
I didn't even think like that. I was just like, I'm going
or a certain amount of money I needed to make?
No, I didn't even think like that. I was like, I'm going to use this to propel my goals, become a better person, invest in myself, and become the woman I want to become.
That's still phenomenal foundational thought.
Yeah.
Because that purse, that bag, that's nonstop. You know what I'm saying? It's just like...
And no shade to people who do. Like, if you've reached a point in your life where you have financial literacy, you are doing good with your money, you have investments, you believe like you're in a good place, and that's a smart decision for you, no shade.
Yeah.
I mean, no shade regardless, but, you know, be
no, yeah, I
smart
mean,
with your money.
17-year-olds now are millionaires off of who knows what.
Yeah.
Like, do what you want.
Yeah, no shade.
If I had ChatGPT when I was 17, I would have conjured up something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But my brain, I don't, when I was 17, yeah, I was just gearing towards like, same mentality of just wanting out.
Yeah.
I joined the military at 19. So I was definitely like, yo, I don't want to get pregnant.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to stay in this city. Like, I need a way out. So I definitely, the courage to move to a big city on your own at that age is like so commendable though. Cause like, girl,
Thank you.
oh my gosh, like.
Pain will do that.
Pain will do that.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
I see you. I know that's right. So, okay, can you walk me through the first night?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, let me think back to that night. Okay, so I was 18, and my first night, I'm like a good Christian girl. I'm like a good Kansas girl, and I want me to get on stage. And I'm having this experience. They're telling me what to do. You know, you just get ran through the steps. They don't teach you how to be a stripper. No one teaches you how to be a stripper.
Yeah.
The manager's like, get on stage, bitch. Take your clothes off. Like,
Wiggle. Right.
There's your textbook. And so I'm like a good little Kansas girl. I'm like, I'm so modest at this point. And I'm having this experience. They're telling me what to do, and I'm just feeling uncomfortable. I'm just feeling like, I don't think I like this. I'm like, this doesn't feel right. Like, this doesn't feel right. And so I remember going back into the dressing room, and there's this other dancer back there. I go into the dressing room and I'm crying. I'm like, this really doesn't feel good. Like, I really don't want to do this. Like, I really just want to go home. And she sits with me and she convinces me to come back. She's like, no, you got it. She's like, it's fine. Think about all the money you can make. Like, it's fine. Really, you got this. You can do it.
You see how powerful thoughts are and how powerful it is to have someone that can see the thought? Yeah. I mean, it was beneficial at the time, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it got you to be in front of me right now. So shout out to her, because who knows, that decisions like that can change the trajectory. Because what if you know, like, what if you would have gone home and then it's like,
you
know, who
where
knows?
would I be now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like pivotal decisions like that. So, okay, she encouraged you, you felt it, you went back out.
She did. I was like, I don't want to do this. I just want to leave. And that night I ended up making like 150 or 175 bucks, and I was through the moon.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. This is the best day of my life. And I left crying. She's like, girl, you gotta like come back. She like really talked me into coming back. And so I went home, I like threw it around. I'm like really battling myself. Do I go? Do I not? Do I go? Do I not? And something pulled me back at the last minute. Something inside me was like, do I want to go to Denny's for like 60 bucks, or do I want to make 150? Like, that's double.
Yeah.
I went back that night and I made $1,000.
Okay. Set it off then.
Yeah.
We're growing exponentially here.
Yeah.
Wow.
I went from being excited about 40 bucks to the second night of dancing, I made $1,000. I was excited about $40.
Yeah. No, that, and it only has to happen once for you to be like, oh yeah? Okay, bet. Like, yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. So speed me up. So now we're acclimated. All right, you're like in it. When did you get to like now, okay, I'm trying not to do what I did last time and be like, because I only know so much too. So I have my own genuine curious questions, but I'm trying not to be like,
no, it's okay, it's perfect, it's perfect.
So how long did you start dancing until you started making six figures? Like, whether that's a month or a year or...
Six figures like in a year? Well, it's hard to say, because as a dancer, you don't like work you don't work a consistent amount of days. You work whenever you want. So do you mean six figures in like a year?
We could do a year.
Well, it's tough, because it's tough to understand, because as a dancer, you could literally work one night in a year. Or you could,
Six figures.
Yeah.
So we'll, if you don't mind sharing, your most phenomenal month or year, like what, like was it a month, or was it a year, or was it a night?
It was a night.
It was a night. It was the night you manifested it. Tell them, please. No, that was phenomenal. Yes, please share. That is like, that's raw.
This one is crazy.
Yeah.
This one is crazy. This one is also crazy because it has a backstory about like how I actually manifested this exact dollar amount. I won't go into the whole thing because it's a long story, but there was a person in my life that me and him both agreed he owed me $68,000. We parted ways. I moved to a different city. He's still in his city. We have this agreement. Okay, you owe me $68,000. And he stopped responding. He stopped answering, and that's okay.
As men do.
Yeah. I mean, that, like, I'll say a brief thing. I had a role in that situation too, to make him not want to speak to me anymore.
Okay.
So it wasn't just him. It was both of us that were in our shadows at that point. So I can't like I can't blame the whole thing on him. Like it was messed up, yes, but I can't blame the whole thing on him. He owes me $68,000 and he stops responding. So I'm like, okay, I'm never getting that back again. I'm never getting that money back. And I was pissed.
Yeah. I'd be livid.
I was pissed.
Like,
I was so mad. I was
as you should, ma'am.
so mad. And then I was like, wait. I was like, I know how this universe works. I know how this shit works. I know how this shit works. If I'm attached to something, if I'm attached to getting this money, I'm never going to get this money.
What age did you know this?
I was 23, 24.
And how did you learn to know that? Like, how did you know that?
Oh, it's a good question. I had been studying like spirituality. Okay, so moving to LA made me have to figure it out.
Right.
So I started reading books like Rich Dad Poor Dad and financial literacy books, and then it went into self-development and Tony Robbins, and then it went into the more spiritual side. Like, this is the laws of the universe. This is how quantum physics work. Like, this is how the universe works.
Wow. Okay.
And not just universe, because that's gonna sound like woo to a lot of people.
That's how God works. God made the universe. Yeah.
Yes, but more in the terms of like spirituality in the sense of like understanding myself, understanding my emotions, understanding that my thoughts create my reality, understanding the deeper layer of how I operate is what I call into my life.
That's phenomenal. And you did this all on your own?
Yeah.
Like you just felt called? Wow.
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you, like people ask me how am I supposed to know what to do? How am I supposed to, I'm like, you follow your inner knowing, like whether pain turns you there or just curiosity. Yeah. You have to, but you get to choose to listen. Yeah. And you listened, I listened, like that's, like that is the most beautiful thing. Okay, so you are in this knowing of like, okay, I'm not gonna attach myself to this money. Yeah. Because I know how this works.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes. It was like, I know that if I'm attached to this money and I'm mad that I'm not gonna get it, I'll never call it back in. Yeah. And so I had a ceremony with myself. I literally wrote down on a piece of paper, I release any attachment to this money. I release any attachment to this money. Meaning like literally not just saying it, but meaning like feeling it. If I don't get the money, I don't care. I'm good. Yeah. If I don't get the money, I don't care. Like feeling it. And I'm having this whole ceremony and I'm like really intense about it. After that ceremony, I didn't care. I was like, it doesn't matter. If it comes back to me, it comes back to me. Whatever.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How did you induce that feeling? Because like letting go is really, really hard for people, especially when you're still upset about something. Yeah. When you are disappointed in someone, when you're angry at them, when you have resentment towards them. So how did you, that can be a really hard emotion to like let go of, especially like you let go of it and then you kind of like take it back. Yeah. You like you rethink about it and you're like, I'm pissed. Yeah. So like how did you feel like you got to that feeling, and did you have some tug back and forth, or like that ceremony like closed it off?
It's a really good question. Yeah, that ceremony was it for me. After that I stopped. But for me, the way that I was actually able to let go is that I knew the longer I stayed in hate about this situation, the longer I stayed in resentment, the longer I stayed in, fuck, I'm never gonna get this, I am literally telling the universe, like, I can't do it on my own.
Wow.
I'm literally sending the thoughts and the energy of
like I can't, reinforcing.
Yes, yeah, like I can't do it. I'm incapable. I'm a victim. I can't do it myself.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so you do this ceremony. You feel it fully. You say, I'm gonna let this go. Did you have a strategy of like, I'm going to do it? No.
I didn't have a strategy, but I had a thought. I had this intuitive knowing, and I have these a lot. I had this intuitive knowing. It was just a brief, like, quick, like a dart was being thrown. Like, you'll get it back. And that was it.
Wow. Okay. So between that ceremony and letting go and the manifestation of it, how long was that?
I want to say this was probably like 3 weeks.
Okay.
It was fast.
Okay.
It was fast. It was fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fast. It was like 3 weeks. And then the same, I literally manifested the same dollar amount, $68,000.
One night.
One night.
Crazy, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I didn't even take my top off.
What?
Yeah. I didn't even take my top off.
Was it like while you were dancing, was it like, did it seem like, oh my gosh, like this is an exponential, or was it just normal? You were just like, oh, just another day.
I had no idea. I didn't know that it was going to get that money.
At the end of the night.
So I was at the club. He gave me double the normal room rate. The normal room rate is $1,000. He gave me $2,000. I got home. He's like, I'm going to send you a little tip. Send me your Bitcoin information. I'm like, oh, it's going to be like a $200 tip. That's so sweet.
Bitcoin?
Yeah. So I sent him my Bitcoin information.
Right.
Yeah.
We all are way ahead of your time. That is lit. Like, sorry, just, we have some crypto conversations out here. I have an episode with someone that's in Solana, so I'm just learning about it. Okay, so send me your Bitcoin information.
My jaw hit the fucking floor.
Whoa.
Hit the floor.
As it should.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Wait, that was, I'm sorry, drawback. Someone sent you the 68,000.
Yeah, so the customer that I met at the club, he paid me at the club.
Yeah.
And at the club, he was like, hey, send me your Bitcoin information. I want to tip you.
That was a tip.
Yeah, that was a tip.
Yeah. Okay.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Okay, powerful. So now let's speed up a little bit. I don't know if you want to talk about where breathwork got introduced in this journey.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's where we started.
That's where we started.
Oh, yeah.
So full circle, yeah.
So we'll land the plane.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I had this experience with breathwork. I was hooked. I was like, this is fucking amazing. Still
dancing?
Yeah. No, at that time, no. I wasn't really dancing. I danced for the first 3 or 4 years of my life very consistently. And then the last 3 to 4, maybe even 4 years now, I've been working maybe once or twice at the club, if that. And so I work once or twice, and it's not very much. And that year was one of the years I probably danced once, twice in the club at that point.
A year?
Yeah.
So crazy.
It's not very much.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So what were you doing with the rest of your time?
I was trying to build. I was trying to do anything I could to really get me out of dancing. Through this whole entire time, I've just been trying things. I've just been trying things that suit me, trying to find my gift, trying to find my passion, trying to find a sustainable way to make money that I actually love. I had 4 Airbnbs. So that was one of the things that I would try and dip my toe into, see if it would work. Yeah, during that time, there's a bunch of different things. I was investing, I was learning, I was taking a shit ton of courses all of the time. And just really trying my best, trying to figure it out, trying to make income.
I really commend you on the trying.
Thank you.
Because it could have been really easy to be complacent with working 1 to 2 times in a year.
Yeah.
That sounds like a luxury to a lot of people. It's just what?
Yeah.
We're not promoting it. We're just saying that is you really are doing it, man.
Thank you.
You really are such a phenomenal human. Okay, so gave into your curiosity, trying to build. And then where did instructing breathwork come into play?
Yeah. So I got certified maybe a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I did 3 different certifications. I was this is amazing, but I was in such a bad place when I got certified. This was actually maybe more of, I don't know, a year and a half or 2 years ago. I was in such a bad place that I couldn't use my certification. I couldn't use all of the knowledge that I had. I couldn't use it because I was in the depths of my darkness. And so that was a year and a half ago. I didn't do anything with it. So before 4 months ago, I hadn't been using it at all. I just picked back up again and started really going into breathwork about 4 months ago.
It's happened super fast.
So fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you practice, like, in a sense of like, okay, you got this, it's different to get a certification and then be able to walk into a situation and know what to do, right? Like there's personal trainers that they're certified,
Yeah.
but once they get a client, they're like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, so how, like, did you just know? You do it so organically, so naturally, like you've been doing it for years.
Thank you.
You know,
It
for
feels
real.
like that. And I've never had something like that that really feels like that for me. So thank you for saying that.
Yeah, for sure. It's the truth.
What?
It's the truth.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate that. I definitely did practice. I practiced a lot because my friend. Okay, so I was practicing. I wasn't getting paid for it, but I was just doing like classes and.
But that's how we all start.
Yeah, and I was just helping. And one of my friends, JJ Ruescas, he lives in Austin. He's an amazing facilitator. He and I worked together for like 30 days, like back to back, like so much, like back to back to back to back to back to back practicing in these 30 days. And from those 30 days, I actually was invited to lead at a Stanford event. So oh, I didn't tell you that part.
No.
Okay.
It's crazy though. Huh? Your first event was a Stanford event?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a mental summit they do for Stanford. And yeah, I practiced every single day before that event. So I had a lot of practice and then I went straight to that event. That's
like an artist, like, found them on YouTube, now they're at Rolling Loud. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's so, when you're in alignment, but that's what happens.
Yes.
And people are like, oh, this is yes.
That's what happens.
No, for real.
It's so true every single time.
Every single time you're in alignment, it's like.
Every single time.
And then that being like the floor, it's like,
yeah.
The ceiling is going to be amazing. You already know, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you feel like breathwork is like your purpose or a vessel to your purpose?
That's a great question. I feel like it is very in sync with everything that my purpose is. I think that people sometimes have a definition of purpose. And for me, my purpose has always been, like, I've always thought of my purpose as, like, in every moment, what is my purpose? So for me in this moment right now, my purpose is to be super present, is to be super loving, is to be super vulnerable, is to be super raw, is to be lighthearted, and to be silly, and to laugh. Like, that's my highest purpose right now, and there's nothing that matters more than it. And so in this broad scheme of things, my whole general purpose, I think, on this planet is to be a healer, to be a light, to be selfless, to be supportive, to be giving, to be sharing, to be raw, to be authentic, to be silly, to be playful, to have fun, to like bring that. And so I think this is one of my deepest senses of purpose that I have found. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, and what do you have to say to women, girls that are in the club and that are trying to find a way, and they're in an industry that is feeding them, and it may be feeding them really, really well.
Yeah.
And maybe there's an addiction to that as well.
Yeah.
What?
Wow. That's a great question. I gotta sit up for this one.
No, it's all good. Let's adjust our posture real quick, you know. He's 30. No, I'm joking.
No, this is actually a really good question. I want to feel into it. What I would say to women who are in the industry is to know you're doing a great job just by asking. To know that you're on the right path just because you're getting curious. To know that for the fact that you want more for yourself is such a big step. I would say that this is not easy. I would say you're doing a great fucking job. And I would say you're not alone in this. I would say if it's really important to you to get out of the club, it's not going to happen in one day, so be patient with yourself. And I would also say the thing that's going to be most important for you in this journey is leaning into your excitement. Like, find the things that make you happy. Find the things that you talk with a friend about and that just like light you up to talk about. Find the things that you could talk for hours about and like do more of those things. Like, find the things that make you happy, make you smile, make you giggle, like truly like pull you and feel like fun and like happiness and like your passion and like it's pulling you. Find those things and lean into them as much as possible. Don't expect to be paid by them, but you know, the more you have fun and the more you pour your love into it, you will eventually. Pour your money into investing into yourself, investing into your education, and broadening your skills so in the future you can use them and it will come together cumulatively for you. I would say be really patient with yourself because this is tough. This is not easy to navigate. And most of all, be kind to yourself. And try not to take it so heavy. I know it's tough. And like let yourself feel the emotion when you feel the emotion. Like, it's tough. And if you have sadness about it, if you have frustration, like, let yourself feel it. And when the next day rolls around, take life a little bit easier. Take life a little bit less serious, and you'll be able to tap into that feeling of like happiness and fun. And what will be next for you will be obvious. You will be pulled to it. You won't have to force it to happen. And the more you do that, the more in connection you have with your happiness, with your light, with your source, it will pull you, it will guide you. You won't have to figure it out. You won't have to figure it out from up here. You'll just be guided and you just have to follow that. And I'm making it sound super easy and it's definitely not that easy.
No, there's a lot to battle, right? Like, there's like, before we close out, can I ask you, like, what was your like top 3 of when it came to getting out of it, or when it came to transitioning into having the courage to do something new? What was like the most difficult part for you?
It's a great question. For me, the most difficult part was, I want to say, to stop forcing and to start allowing. Because every time I would try to force something to happen, I would like think of an idea in my head and like I wouldn't actually like to do it. And then I would like try to make a business out of it from here. And it would never work out.
So like being money forward in a sense.
Yeah. I was thinking about money, or I was
like,
thinking about,
this can make me money.
Yeah, this can make me money.
In a sense, like trying to keep yourself safe. Like you just didn't want to be in survival mode.
Yes.
And you were like, I need to translate this feeling of this into a different modem. So let me just make sure that I can do it, essentially. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I have come across past friends, or even like currently have friends that are dancers, and a lot of it even seems like not really sitting with past trauma and it being something that they just only know about male validation or power, or you know, those types of like addictions. Like the money is the icing on the cake, of course, because that gives a sense of like, I'm getting this from these people. So it's like, you know, in a sense, like feeling like you're taking your power back, and that can be addicting. Totally. Because it's like, it's being taken and then you try to take it back, and then it's being taken and then you try to take it back. Totally. So that's why I asked that, because there's a slew of them, but that is a very like higher thought of, you know, and where do you feel like you're at with that?
With which part specifically?
You're still moving through like allowing, or do you feel like you're able to sit in allowing?
It's a good question. It definitely fluctuates. Definitely right now I'm being more guided. But I've noticed the more out of connection I am with myself, the more forcing I do. And the more like, how am I gonna get the money, or how am I gonna build the thing, or how is it gonna come together? Like the how. Instead of like taking a step back, doing the work, dropping in, doing breath work, doing meditation, doing whatever it is to connect to myself, to let the downloads come.
She's such a beautiful example of feminine energy, y'all. Like, we're gonna get into that on the next one, but thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the breath work. That'll be posted as well. Is there any last words you want to say to anyone? Anything that's downloaded in your system right now?
Any dancers or women who are in the industry, like, you are doing such a great fucking job. Like, people don't know how hard it is. Like,
Yeah, for real.
people don't
We were
know
just
how
talking in the
hard it is.
elevator about like I took a pole dancing class and my legs were bruised for like 2 weeks. Like, yo, the athleticism for real.
Yeah,
No, it really is. Beyond that, you know, I kid. But no, phenomenal job for real.
No, I think that's all. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for creating this space, and thank you for diving into it every time we do breathwork. You do a great fucking job every time.
Thank you. I can't wait. I'm going to have, if y'all want her on the next one to talk about feminine energy, leave a comment below because we definitely need to get into that. And I have, you already know, like my
All things.
So thank you so much. Please let me hug
Let me
you.
take this rug off my lap.
This is so good.